again, the passing wasn't as smooth as we all expected. We had a best of training in Strasbourg to Paris. It was supposed to have been smooth, if you ask me. 2 days back, they had a power drill. They went through it seamlessly. But like I said, when you get to the arena, it's a different atmosphere altogether. So it's sad. It's disappointing for the athletes. They're just learning, or they have learned that beyond everything, even though, yes, overall they were sixth, but unfortunately been disqualified because the passing from Husseini to Yeboah wasn't as perfect as it should be. And for that matter, the team got disqualified.
Zero at they just ended, well, a day to the end of the Olympic Games. Ghana's journey came to an end after the 4x100 relay team fumbled once again. Today we're going to look at Ghana's performance in the Olympic Games. What is the way forward? What led to an athlete like Rose, who had jumped 1.97 meters in qualifying, not being able to jump 1.88 and then having to be eliminated? What led to a 4x100 relay team that had just done and qualified with an amazing time in Bahamas in the athletic relays, and then coming in and fumbling once again as they did in Tokyo 2020? What is the problem with our athletes and with our sports in general? We'll look at all that today, but as usual, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. I've read a lot since Ghana's elimination from the Olympic Games, 4x100 relay team, why they were eliminated, the issues they had in camp, Rose and all that. And it's just one thing running through: we do not help our athletes prepare adequately. It's not just Ghana. I've seen Nigerians suffered same fate. I've seen a Nigerian athlete who in Tokyo 2020 was representing Nigeria, representing the United States, and then winning them a silver medal. Yes, the African continent is bridled with stories like this. But then there are other sides of the coin and other stories like, let's see, Bogo, sorry if I got it wrong, but the 200-meter gold medal runner who is also getting adequate support from their countries. The Ghana team were unfortunate, not because we do not have the personnel, but because the support wasn't there. Now, let's start with Rose. Rose jumped a height of 1.97 meters to qualify for the Olympic Games, and she faltered at 1.88 in qualifying phases at the Olympic Games itself. That should tell you what went wrong. Stage fright? Well, information reaching us, or what I have read, is that Rose could not get her coach into the Olympic Games in France. Her coach, Eric Inkansa, a former Ghanaian athlete and now coach, has urged Ghanaians not to overreact. He revealed that Rose competed without her coach because the Ghana Olympic Committee submitted a list of athletes and officials without considering the high jumpers coach. He said that efforts by some people, including himself, to get Rose Yeboah's coach to be present in Paris, France, proved futile because the Ghana Olympic Committee claimed that it had already submitted the list and that the coach would not be accredited should he travel with Team Ghana. Now, Rose is very young with huge potential. So if the government invests in and prepares her well, she'll be fighting for medals in the next Olympic Games. The height she cleared at the NCA Games was higher than the person who won a bronze medal at the Olympic Games. It is her first Olympic Games, so we don't have to be worried. But the government must show interest and invest in her. We all tried to get her coach to be with her at the Olympic Games, but the GOC told us that, well, you read that one there, they could not do anything about it. It is unfortunate what is going on. Why do we go to a tournament without the athlete's coach who helped her jump the height that qualified her to the Olympic Games itself. Are we serious right now? Who submitted a list that did not include a preferred coach by the athlete? Who did that? Do we care about our athletes and how they perform at these games? Do we care at all? It's clear that probably someone is not doing their job well, and the buck has to end with that person being fired. But is that really going to happen? I doubt that, because it keeps on happening. Rose is young, as the coach said. She can also do well if investment comes through in the next Olympic Games, so to be in Los Angeles. Hopefully, we do not repeat the same mistakes as we did. So, onto the 4x100 relay team, and yeah, we can blame the athletes or whatever, but they have also in this year alone used 4 different coaches. Yes, and in this article I read online, it revealed there was a lot of chaos in camp. 4 different coaches, and as you can see on your screen right now, this has been the story of the relay team and the stress they've been given us. In Atlanta 96, did DNS admin error. In Sydney 2000, and we did not finish. In 2021 World Athletics Relays changeover violation, which happened with the US in this Olympic Games. In 2020 Tokyo, it was a changeover violation once again. In the Commonwealth Games, it was an admin error, probably failed to register them. I think there was an issue with the Commonwealth Games. In 2024 World Athletics Relays, the baton dropped. They had a retake in a repechage, and they had a chance to qualify and make it into the Olympic Games. And in 2024, it was a changeover violation. We've had a coaching carousel which has gone on. 5 relay races this year, and we've used 4 different coaches. In all 5 of these competitions, according to the article I read, we have had 4 coaches. Former sprinter Eric Nkansa, who spoke about Rose right now, led the team out of the African Games where we won silver. Now, it was disappointing. The team had won gold in unfamiliar territory with a much younger team. Every Ghanaian had the hope of seeing the team win gold on home turf. In turn, we were beaten to first place by Nigeria in the All Africa Games. I remember quite well. We went into the World Athletic Relays in Bahamas with former University of Ghana coach Elom Amenakpo, who has coached Azameti since his days in Legon. In Douala, it was former coach of the University Development Studies, Robert Jumfor. These 2 coaches brought successes. There's a big thing in this country. We love to touch things and chop and change a lot. And at the Olympic Games, we took Andrew Owusu. It felt like throwing a spanner in the works. Owusu is Ghana's record holder in triple jump and highly respected in the sport in Ghana. But was he really the one to entrust with this promising team too? Why were the other coaches who had led us to qualification to the Olympic Games and a silver medal in the All Africa Games sidelined from the biggest competition? Andrew Owusu may be experienced, but the sprints are different from the jumps, and he needed a sprint coach by his side to help with the athletes and arrange them on the track. This is the first time since 2019 Ghana's relay team has not made the final at any competition they have run. On this account, Andre Owusu has failed woefully, and that makes the decision to hand him all the more ridiculous. Why are we sending a coach that is not qualified to coach the team when we have had another coach who has done well with the team previously? What is it? Are we cursed? Are we that careless about our athletes? No wonder a lot of these athletes are switching nationalities, and then you see the difference. You see the promise, you see the dedication, you see the investment that these other countries are putting into them. They value them and they deliver when valued. This sport, or these athletics or Olympic Games, is not, or these athletes that take part in the Olympic Games are not like footballers. They do not have the the chance to make all their money on the club side and then come into the national team and they can endure whatever happens. They do not have that privilege. They, however, have one chance to represent a country and don't have that club football route as footballers. So I wouldn't fault any athlete who is not getting the necessary investment in social nationalities to go into a country where they value him or her. It is just logical that they do that. Will things change? Time will tell. We first of all need to see the value in our athletes, need to see the value in the competitions they take part in, and need to see the value in investing in them to give them the fertile grounds to do well. Chopping and changing coaches is not the best. Not supporting athletes to take part in meets and tournaments whilst others are regularly doing it and they finally compete against them is not the best. If you want to support the athletes, do it well. If there are only 10 athletes in Ghana and they are all getting the necessary support, they can all medal and you will reap the fruits of your labor in order to invest in it furthermore. We have a lot of talented athletes across the secondary schools across the country, but then when they choose to grow pro, then the support sort of dwindles. It's sad, but that is the reality of most of these athletes that choose to represent Ghana. We hope that things change, but once again, an Olympic Games for Ghana with no medals. 2021, we had one in boxing. 2024, we could not get even one boxer to the Olympics. Are we going forward or backwards? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on how you think we can improve as a country with athletes and going forward into LA 2028. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend.